Hey guys, this is your host Richard with another marvelous video. The Wasteland is not for the faint of heart. Murderous ghouls, mutated bears, bloodthirsty gulpers and flesh-eating fiends are what make up the surface world of the Fallout universe. Only a collection of cool gadgets, handy robots and powerful weapons can exponentially increase your chances of survival in this unkind, post-apocalyptic environment, and we're here to tell you all about them. Kudos to Prime Video's Fallout series for meticulously recreating the gadgets and weapons seen in the games, from the pit boys and power armors to the laser pistols and automated turrets. The show has them all. Plus, there's a couple of new tech additions, such as the mechanized leg prosthetics and the Robo Brain and whatnot. Without further ado, let's dive into the twisted inventory of the Fallout series. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Who am I kidding?
Pit Boys. To start our list, we have the Pit Boys, which are signature armed gadgets of the Fallout franchise. The Pit Boys are mini computers worn on wrists, kinda like our present-day smartwatches. The name is actually an acronym, which stands for Personal Information Processor, and every Vault Dweller has one of their own. These come with a screen and neon green display, with the smiley-faced Vault Boy as an icon that guides the wearer through the options on display. The Pit Boys are capable of detecting the wearer's health status in extreme detail, and also the contents of the wearer's personal inventory. It has maps, navigation, stores data and pictures, and also works as a radio. Throughout the show, protagonist Lucy was able to track an important destination by using the navigation system of her Pit Boy. It also acts as a comm system, being able to receive messages from other devices. And it also comes with a torch and the ability to detect radiation, which is indicated through a Geiger counter sound. It's by reading the Pit Boy signature that Lucy's brother Norm realized that one of the vaults was open from the surface by using their mum's Pit Boy, and it was such a turning point on the show. T60 Power Armor. Next up, we have the T60 Power Armor, a battlesuit and a technological wonder in the Fallout franchise. An upgraded version of Fallout 4's T45, this power suit is a favorite of the Brotherhood of Steel and can only be earned by the knights through extreme acts of bravery. From the beginning of the show, Maximus was in awe of the power armor, with eventually getting to sport one himself. It's a gigantic metal armor that opens at the back and enables its owner to step inside and take control. Because of its humongous size and massive weight, the T60 suit instantly converts its owner into a formidable opponent. Just like in the games, the armor is powered by a fusion core, removing which completely incapacitates the suit. The armor comes with a cool flip-up ocular and slick jetpacks. The T60 Power Armor is enabled with the power of flight and also has an inbuilt air filtration system. However, the T60 has a few cons, such as its size, which sometimes proves to be a hindrance in hand-to-hand combat. Though the Power Armor was able to save Maximus from a red roach attack, it stood no chance against the mutated bear that killed Knight Titus. Junk Jets. Next on our list, we have the signature wacky weapon of the Fallout games, a junk jet. It's exactly as it sounds. A cannon that shoots any junk that can be possibly loaded into as bullets. Funny story here, in Fallout lore, the junk jet was invented by an annoyed technician who was constantly bullied for not having proper weapon-making qualifications. In response, he devised the junk jet, a bigger, badder version of the rocket launcher from Fallout 3, which can shoot any undesirable items as bullets. The junk jet was spotted in the first episode when a bumbling thug attempted to shoot the ghoul by firing rounds from the junk jet. While the ghoul managed to evade the shots, another fellow thug was pierced with junk items like doll arms, a pair of scissors, and a surgical saw, all of which were shot out by the junk jet. In episode 2, a junk jet was up for sale at Marjune's store with a price tag of 285 bottle caps. Jim's Limbs Prosthetic. In the Fallout games, Jim's Limbs is a brand of prosthetics that operated in the pre-war era. We spotted this tiny detail in the second episode, when Marjune attached a mechanical leg to Dr. Siggy Wilzig's severed left limb. This prosthetic leg comes in two parts. First, a grinder-like top half that attaches itself below the knees, and second, the lower leg and foot portion, and that completes the whole thing. Marjune owns an interesting shop in the town of Philly that houses anything and everything one may need to survive in the Wasteland. The Jim's Limbs leg was among her premium selling items, which she willingly offered to Dr. Wilzig upon learning about his plans of saving the world. When half of Dr. Wilzig's left leg was blown up by the ghoul, Marjune's quick thinking led her to fix up this bloody mess of a leg with an artificial one, so that Wilzig could be on his way. It was a grisly process, one that ended in a bucket full of blood and a horrified Lucy. Walking with a metal leg that constantly bites into your flesh is indeed a painful process, but one that Dr. Siggy Wilzig was willing to endure. The Cold Fusion Capsule. This brings us to the Cold Fusion Capsule, which contained the cold fusion technology that generates limitless power. In the pre-war era, the cold fusion technology was invented by Lee Moldava to stop the worldwide fight over resources once and for all. But Vault-Tec got hold of every company that she worked for and acquired the rights to this revolutionary tech and buried it instantly. After the Great War, the cold fusion technology landed up at the ruthless scientific organization called the Enclave, where Dr. Wilzig worked as a scientist. He procured a sample of this technology and molded it into a tiny capsule. He then went on to inject this capsule into his neck and escaped the Enclave so that he could hand it over to Lee Moldava. Unable to bear the pain of his prosthetic leg, Wilzig took his own life so that Lucy could cut off his head and deliver the capsule to Lee Moldava. In the finale episode, Moldava was able to activate the cold fusion technology with the capsule procured from Wilzig's severed head. Within seconds, the energy generated by the tiny capsule lit up the California city ruins. As Moldava died at the end of Season 1, the Brotherhood of Steel acquired the technology. The 10mm guns. The good old 10mm pistol saved Lucy from being chomped by a feral ghoul. When she began her journey on the Wasteland, Lucy was equipped with a tranquilizing dart gun, but soon was forced to pick up a 10mm pistol, a Fallout game staple. It's one of the first weapons that the players get in the games. The 10mm are weapons of the pre-war era, which proved to be extremely resistant against the desert-like conditions of the post-apocalyptic Wasteland. Lucy's model of the 10mm seems to be inspired by Fallout 4. In the 4th episode, Lucy freed a bunch of ghouls who were held hostage at a super-duper mart, without knowing that some of them have already turned feral. When one of these aggressive ghouls attempted to attack Lucy, she had no choice but to pick up a 10mm pistol and shoot down the Wasteland zombie. The ghouls are somewhat hard to kill, but one shot of the 10mm got the job done for Lucy. From this point onwards, Lucy and her 10mm pistol were inseparable. Even Maximus and the other Brotherhood squires were seen operating with a variation of the 10mm pistol, the revolver-style Colt 6520 from the first 2 Fallout games. Automated turrets. The dreaded automated turrets of the Fallout games appeared on the show. These robot-like turrets typically fire laser shots or even machine gun rounds repeatedly till the target's eliminated. Dr. Siggy Wilzig encountered one such automated turret outside the Enclave buildings when he was fleeing the premises with the cold fusion technology. These turrets are automated weapons, usually placed below the ground, mounted on the floor, or on the wall. In the show, the turret remained concealed with an underground chamber and was activated when Dr. Wilzig arrived in its vicinity. Invented before the Great War, these automated turrets were used by military organizations or corporates as unmanned security units. These were programmed to identify trespassers and shoot them down instantly. Some of these turrets remained active on the surface even 200 years after the Great War, and it's no wonder the Enclave was using them. Identifying Dr. Wilzig as hostile, the turret displayed the "Please remain calm" sign before unleashing pure machine gun hell on the targets. The T60 Pistols. Next, let's take a look at the guns that are attached to the T60 Power Armor, called the T60 Pistol in the Fallout Shelter game. Maximus fished out his gun during the shootout in Philly and aimed a few blows at the ghoul, but given his inexperience with the power suit and its accessories, he lost control of the T60 Pistol and set a large portion of the Philly marketplace on fire. This weapon comes fixed on the sidearm of the T60 Power Armor and is a go-to choice of the Brotherhood Knights in their suited-up form. Maximus also used the gun to fight off the monstrous Gulper, shooting rounds at it at the lake scene. This T60 gun resembles the trusty Desert Eagle Mark XIX pistol as seen in the games, but with an extended frame and a futuristic design, in sync with the show's retro-futuristic setting. The Ghouls Gun. Another weapon that's got Fallout fans scouting the internet for its details is the gun used by the ghoul. We like to call it the gun because it belongs to the ghoul. Fans believe that they've never seen something like this before in the games, but the gun reminds them of several Fallout weapons, such as it could be a modified version of the MT's 255S shotgun with the barrel cut short, or it could be something like the bolters from the Warhammer 40k genre. The ghoul's trusty sidearm is a rustic-looking hand cannon that shoots shotgun slugs and looks like a modified version of a 410 revolver. The shots fired by this beast of a gun are kind of mini nukes, causing massive destruction and fatal damage. During the showdown at Philly in the 2nd episode, the ghoul blasted off half of Dr. Wilzig's left leg with one single shot. He also caused a fellow ghoul's brains to explode with a close-range shot of this gun. Inspired by the TV show character, an in-game update added a similar weapon to the Fallout Shelter game, which is known as the Ghoul Revolver. Laser Pistol. A Fallout classic, the Laser Pistol appears in the finale episode and befittingly is wielded by Lee Moldava, aka the Flame Mother. She worked as a scientist ahead of the Great War and became the head of the post-war New California Republic. By the end of Season 1, Moldava managed to fulfill her dream of activating the cold fusion energy and light up California once again. In the final battle between the Brotherhood of Steel and the NCR Raiders, which took place at the Griffith Observatory, Moldava was seen going to war with the AER-9 laser pistol from Fallout 4. These high-tech weapons can shoot intense beams of coherent light that deliver a deadly fate to the opponents. They're typically powered by an internal capacitor, which an energy cell charges. Several variants of the laser pistol exist in the games, ranging from low-power models to military-grade modifications. Another laser weapon that was spotted on the show was the laser rifle. In the second episode, an Enclave guard was seen holding a variant of the laser rifle.
Hold still now. This will...
Mr. Handy Robots. In addition to all these deadly weapons, the Fallout show did incorporate a few handy robots, one of which comes with attached dart guns. We're talking about the Mr. Handy Robots. Developed in the pre-war era, these multi-purpose robots were extremely popular, used in both homes and offices. In the show, the Mr. Handy Robots come with an orb-like design with 3 limbs and 3 eyes, much like the ones created by Robco in the games. One of its arms has a circular saw attached to it, which serves the purpose of cutting through human flesh and procuring organs. At the Super Duper Mart in the 4th episode, Lucy met a Mr. Handy robot named Snip Snip, which wanted to harvest her organs while keeping her alive. Snip Snip was quite chatty for a robot, who welcomed Lucy into the makeshift labs, promising to fix her severed finger. In the games, Mr. Handy's voice was recorded by the Fallout universe's showbiz star, Bartholomew Codsworth, who sold his vocal rights to Robco ahead of the war. Electrocuting Snip Snip was an easy way to short-circuit this robot, and Lucy did exactly that. She also filled up its dart gun with syringes containing the Abraxo draining liquid that causes human flesh to melt in order to escape a pair of lazy goons. The Robo Brain. Another piece of wacky machine from the Fallout show is the talking Roomba Brain. It's as it sounds, a brain fixed to a Roomba, which can see by scanning objects or people in front of it and navigates through the Roomba. This Robo Brain is actually what remains of a pre-war Vault-Tec executive named Bud Askins, who had big plans for the post-war future. And to ensure that his plan is successful even centuries into the future, Bud Askins seems to have found a way to preserve his consciousness by keeping the brain alive. While his physical body perished over time, his brain remains in mint condition, covered in a glass jar atop a Roomba. This Robo Brain served as the overseer of Vault number 31 for years, watching over the many Vault-Tec employees that have been kept alive for years through cryosleep. Norm encountered this Robo Brain when he ventured into the vault, and funnily enough, the brain attempted to attack him with a tranquilizer. Marvelous verdict. 2 of the best things about the Fallout games are its mind-blowing tech stuff and the powerful weapons, all of which the show successfully managed to bring alive on the screen. Fun fact, you can have them all, but only if you have a secret stash of bottle caps hidden somewhere. After all, in our current tech-savvy world, we can all do with some help from Mr. Handy Robots or the Pip Boys. Which one's your favorite gadget from the Fallout TV show? Please share with us in the comments below, and if you liked our video, please give us a shout out and stay tuned for more such marvelous content, and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.